deep? Is it good? You guys
It's a lot. It's a lot. Get your Donna's. That's good.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, being Italian, you know, maybe is it like an Italian pizza? Or it's like a.
It's a pie.
Okay.
It's huge.
Okay. So it's a little different.
Yeah. We get both when we get it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot. I'm learning so much. I feel like it's a rites of passage. If you come to Chicago, you have to try and do it at least once. In Scotland, we don't have fancy pizzas or anything like that. Everything's deep fried, which is lovely. Deep fried Mars bars, the whole lot. I wanted to go back to the beginning and talk about before you became an actor. You did a major East Asian area studies. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was. The general name of my concentration was East Asian Languages and Civilizations, but it was really sort of Chinese studies. But you could study anything about East Asia and it would count. Like you could do Japanese architecture or Tong poetry or the politics of the Vietnam War, and all of it counted, and I liked the ranginess of it. It was a great concentration, and I lived in the PRC for 8 months, 88 to 89. I'm dating myself here, but and then I had to stop going because Tiananmen Square happened. So, yeah, if that had not happened, my life might have been very different. I might not have become an actress. Hoped wouldn't happen, and then they broke up on Christmas night. It was such bad timing on my dad's part. Like, he left my mom on Christmas night. And, you know, we kids were like chasing the car, you know? It was like one of those classic sad scenes of, like, you know, the dissolution of a marriage and the children really being the, you know, the collateral damage. And so I went back to school for the spring semester and I couldn't focus, and I was having suicidal thoughts for the first time in my life. And I was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta, you know, kind of distance myself physically from this situation. So I went to Beijing to Beijing University for third year Chinese for the summer course. And I was so lonely at first, and I was having stomach issues and couldn't speak the language well enough to understand. It was like people were speaking at such a rapid clip, I couldn't catch the train. Like I was like, if they would just slow down, I could understand them. And then one day it sounded like the train slowed down. And all of a sudden I could pick up what everybody was saying, and then I could answer. And that was like this major milestone for me. And then I was like, you know what? I'm finally starting to kind of get the hang of it here, and I'm getting happier. I think I'm gonna take a semester off, and I'm gonna continue to sort of heal here as this like expat experience, like on the other side of the world. But I couldn't stay out of performing. I ended up still singing with 2 jazz bands over there. They were both like sort of Chinese, European combo jazz bands, and I sang at a Maxime's de Paris. They had like a version of that in Beijing, and I sang One for My Baby and One for the Road, Desafinado, Satin Doll, Autumn Leaves in French, and I ended up reprising some of those songs last month at the Carlisle in New York. I did a special cabaret show at Carlisle for a week, and I sang some of the songs I sang in China as well as many other songs. It was called My Life in 20 Songs, but so that was a really emotional trip down memory lane.
So you always have
Career in the beginning, and I was one of his hugest fans. I was like his acting acolyte, and he said of me, he said, some people act because they're trying to escape who they are. That is not true of you. You act to become more of who you are inside and cannot be in life. And I thought that was very astute, because especially when I was younger, I was very nervous, and I think I kind of, you know, just wanted to be obedient and okay, sure, okay, where do I stand? You know, be a good soldier, but I still had all these creative ideas like bursting that I, you know, had strong opinions about and wanted to follow through, but I wasn't very at ease with myself, and I wasn't, you know, and so I think of acting as this kind of piano keyboard, and all your characters are you, but they're different notes on that keyboard, and maybe in life you're mostly right here, but in your characters you can be all the way up here, you can be there, you can be bouncing around, and so I think all the things that I've done in my life are the other parts of me that then get to be expressed through certain characters, like, you know, my sort of more studious side, nurtured by college and writing my thesis and all that, then goes into when I play like a scientist or a doctor or something, although I still have really hard times like with medical, you know, when you have to give like a little medical monologue and like say all the conditions correctly with the straight face, and I'm like, oh, yeah,
that must be really difficult.
you know, a playwright, and he would come in and workshop Spicorama at the time. It was one of his one-man shows that he was doing, and that was so cool. And you know, as for all of my work, you know, and this is very general, but you know, it's specifically applied. I always try and find a person who lives on the exact street where my character would live, and then I go and interview people who are from that region, that neighborhood, so I can get the accent, so I can get the values, like the kind of the way. We hung out a lot this past spring. We had so much fun working together. I felt like we had instant chemistry, and she made me funnier. Like when I was in high school, I had two best friends. They weren't friends with each other, so each of them in a way was a prototype for that duo, and I felt just like with one of my high school friends that she made me funnier. Lisa made me funnier, and I adore her, and I adored every moment working with her and dancing with her. Like I said, I love dancing, and I brought out the old childhood kick open side to side as part of our club dancing, which is insane. Like, okay, I'll go side to side, okay, side to side. And that might have just been like a 70s thing, because that's how old I am. Yeah, but anyway, so I fear I run into dangerous water, so I'm going to stop talking about it. But yes, I loved every second. Okay, thank you.